Right, we got Daryl's thoughts after Tuesday night. Let's get yours. I mean, what's your assessment of the game?
Oh, I thought it was a pretty good game. I thought they weren't too bad attacking. I thought we were very good attacking, especially the second half. Um, and in another game, we win the game. So I think it's positive for us. We look like scoring. I think second half we looked a lot more solid. We were on the front foot. Players were standing at the pitch 10 yards further than they were first half. And off the back of that, I thought we were on the front foot and unfortunate not to win the game. So
Daryl said after the game that defence is an area that they need to work on. But if you do that too much, can that take an attacking threat away from you?
I don't think. Of course, we need to. Defenders need to. We us as a team need to think about our defensive duties. But we've always been the type of team since I've been with this manager for this our third season together now as assistant and as manager. We've always been about scoring goals and being quite bold. So I don't think our principles will change. But what I think can happen is more so than us, sitting back and trying to counter to get a 1-0 win, which is not us. I just think everyone in the team at the moment, if they can add some value in terms of 10%, 20% value to their defensive duties, I think that doesn't take anything away from us when it comes to attacking, but adds a little bit more to us when we defend. So if we can do that, I think we've got a good chance of keeping more clean sheets and keeping chances to a minimum.
In terms of attacking, it must be pleasing seeing Matty Taylor continuing the form from last season.
Yeah, he's done great, hasn't he? I know it was a penalty the other night, so that happens. So when as a striker, you can't score every game in terms of in free play. So when a penalty comes along, it's a nice opportunity to keep your tally ticking over. And obviously he's got to put the ball in. It's a pressure penalty as well because we were a goal down at the time, so we really need to score that goal. So yeah, it's nice. He's got off to a good start. I thought his general game the other night was quite good as well. So yeah, he's got off to a good start.
Must be pleasing as well to see Billy Bodin finding some form at the right time.
Yeah, Billy's struggled with illness the past couple of weeks, so it's nice to see him back firing on all cylinders again. So he created the goal the other night and looks dangerous. He's a dangerous player with a ball at his feet. There's no doubt about that. And he's a match winner. Not necessarily always getting the goal, but he got the penalty for us, and that's what Billy does. So it's important that he keeps himself fit, and I think if he does that, I think we've got we've got another match winner in our midst, and he can carry on the form he showed last year.
And Byron Moore as well, coming back from injury.
Yeah, great. I mean, like I said, he was great in pre-season for us. So if we can get him back fully fit, I know he played 90 minutes the other day, and it didn't look like he was struggling in the last 20 minutes. That was his first 90 minutes since pre-season. So that proves that he's a good pro and he's done things right whilst he's been out injured. So he looked really well. So pleased.
Before we get ahead to Saturday, you played 6 games so far this season. What's your assessment of the season so far?
Well, a bit of stop-start from our point of view in terms of we had a few cut games on one or two different types of days. Some on a Sunday, on a Thursday, on a Wednesday. So it's just to try and get into the rhythm really, and I think we've got into a rhythm the last couple of games. We've got Saturday, Tuesday coming up. So I think off the back of these next 4-5 games, we'll know where we are. But the lads need rhythm, they need routine, and that's what we're in at the moment. I think it's too early to call in terms of what's going to happen next.
The fact that you played Tuesday and obviously going forward to Bradford, they didn't. Is that going to affect the way you prepare for the game in terms of freshness?
We got a great squad. We've got the biggest squad we've had since I've been here. So, and the manager does like to change things. It's not about who's the best players play every week. It's about what players fit into a formation that will beat the next team that we're going to play. So, those players will be used, and if there is 2 or 3 or 4 changes or no changes, the lads will the ones that have played a lot of games will be refreshed, and the ones that haven't will be ready to go. So whatever happens, whatever team we pick this Saturday, they'll be fresh.
You mentioned formation there. Daryl's mixed it up a little bit the last couple of games. Is that something that's going to continue going forward, or are you going to try and find a certain rhythm?
If you don't know our manager at the moment, it's not the first time he mixed things up. He's mixed things up for 2 seasons. So for people to say to me he's changing teams again, no. He changes team. He's done it for the last 2 seasons. He doesn't change teams to draw a game. He changes teams to win a game. And if you watched our games, whoever doesn't watch our games, that's what he does. It's not new to me, and it shouldn't be new to Rovers fans or any media man.
So looking forward to Bradford. It's going to be a tough game. They're 3rd in the league at the moment, and but they're drawing a lot of games. But you've drawn half your games as well. So maybe if you're a stats man, it says it's going to be quite a tight game.
Well, I mean, I've watched the last 2 or 3 games of theirs, and they're quite open games. If I'm honest with you, and they like to create that kind of open game. They've got quite good, sharp, bright attacking players, and they're going to be at home, of course. Valley Parade is packed out at the moment, so there's a bit of momentum behind them. They're quite an attacking team, very very similar to ourselves. So I expect it to be open, like our games are. And I think if we go toe-to-toe with them, I think our defenders are better than theirs.
What threats do they possess up top? I mean, obviously they've got Billy Clark and Jordi Huulo, who's done well over the last couple of seasons, but generally on loan.
Yeah, Marshall's not bad. Obviously Hansen's been on the bench recently. So listen, they've got some good attacking threats, and they are a possession-based side. So they're a good side. Not as good as us.
Going back to the work on the defence that you've got to do in training as well to get the players ready.
Well, listen, like I said before, we're about attacking, and if we can attack and score more goals than them, then we'll be happy. And if all players, including strikers, wide players who aren't generally renowned for defending, if they can add a bit of value in terms of defensive, thinking about their defensive responsibilities, then we've got a chance of winning.